Hi, I'm Betty. Welcome to my kitchen. I've got the perfect Halloween treat for all those little ghosties and goblins who may come to your door. Meringue bones. And they're so simple to make. All you need are some egg whites, sugar, and a pinch of cream of tartar. So I have in my bowl 2 egg whites, and I have ready 2/3 of a cup of sugar and just a pinch of cream of tartar that I'll put in. You want to start mixing your egg whites and let them get a little fluffy before you start adding the sugar. The secret to making meringue is to add the sugar very slowly, about a tablespoon at a time. So it does take a little while, but it's not exactly rocket science. And of course you can increase this to make as many as you like. Just remember the proportions are 1/3 cup of sugar per egg white. So here we go. I know this machine makes a lot of noise, but you can see my egg whites have started to foam, and now I'm going to start adding the sugar, about a tablespoon or so at a time. As I said before, you'll kill the meringue if you try to add it too quickly. So here we go with the sugar. You'll want to stop the bowl every so often and scrape the sides, as the sugar tends to fly out and stick to the side of the bowl. So just a couple of times as you're beating it, give it a scrape and then resume. I finished adding all of the sugar, and we'll just take the whisk out and remove the bowl, and you can see this is a very stiff meringue mixture, just what we want. So now I'm going to put it into a plastic piping bag. I don't even need a tip on it, and if you don't have a piping bag, just put it in a heavy-duty plastic bag and snip the corner off. It'll work just as well. I think I'm going to snip the tip of this off so I can get the mixture to go down. Just a little. Just continue filling this. Push the sides up a little bit. This really is a stiff meringue. Come on. So we'll start with this. Now, a great tip when you're using a pastry bag like this and you don't want to waste anything, get a bench scraper, or you can use a big spatula, and just use that to push the contents of the bag down. This, of course, works really well with frosting. So, we get that down. We're going to twist the end of our bag. And what we're going to start by doing are just piping out some lines on a parchment-lined cookie sheet. I'll just pipe these out. And you'll get about 15 bones from each egg white. So depending on the number of guests you're expecting, you'll know how many to make. All right, now that I've piped the main part of the bone, I'm going to add the little knobs at the end. And you just want to pipe a little dot at the end of each bone. There, I've almost finished with the first tray. Now, what I'm going to do is just get a little water and ever so slightly dampen my finger and just pat these little, whoops, that one doesn't want to be patted down. But if you like, you can just pat down the little dots at the top. Not necessary, but it does make a nicer finish, I think. I've got my oven preheated to 250 degrees. And I want it low because I want these bones to stay nice and white. I really don't want them to take on any color. So I'm going to bake them for about half an hour and then turn the oven off and just leave them for a couple of hours. They can even stay overnight. So they're ready to go in the oven, as I said, for half an hour. Then I'm going to turn the oven off and just leave them to continue drying. For a pretty presentation of these, be it for children who come to the door, or perhaps as a favor if you're having a dinner party around Halloween, just put a pile of these in a bag and tie them with a pretty ribbon. Go there. And there, you've got a lovely Halloween treat. And of course, if you'd really like to scare the children who come to your door, you can tell them that these bones are freshly made from the last children that you boiled. Happy Halloween.